here again to talk to y'all. I'm not sure what I'm going to say or what's going to come out, but I just want to talk about the narcissists. They don't want you to have any friends. They want you completely alienated from everybody in the world. They don't want you to have anybody to speak to or confide in or tell anybody what you go through. They don't realize you're too embarrassed to tell anybody what you go through. You're too embarrassed to tell anybody what was said to you or what happened to you. You don't want to tell anybody that stuff. Especially your closest friends. You don't want to tell them because you don't want them to realize, know that you're putting up with that stuff, that you're actually going through that. It's shaming. You don't want them to know that I myself seem so low that I'm putting up with this stuff. You don't want your friends to know that. So you get to a point where you don't have any friends anymore. Today, one of my friends called, but it's also my narc's friend. He's known the man for 30 years. Me and this guy's only been friends for 7 years, but the narc and the guy's been friends for 30 years. And the guy comes over and visits with me from time to time. He helps me do chores and stuff around my house, like when I was taking the floors out and taking my floor down to the concrete. He came over and helped me do a room. He's brought me loads of wood over for my fire pit back here. He's brought me wood for that. We just become friends. And the narc used to, with all his ex-wives, he would make this guy go fill in his spot so he wouldn't have to go home. He would make him go out with his ex-wife and their 2 daughters. He would make him go shopping with her. Anywhere that he was supposed to be as a couple with his ex-wife, he would make this dude fill in his spot and go, and he wouldn't go. And so, this is his friend, and he's even tried to push pawn me off on his friend too before, and that's how we kind of became friends. But anyway, dude calls this morning and wants to know if I'm gonna be home, and I'm like, yeah. I thought he asked if the narc was home, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know when he's leaving, if he's leaving or if he's gonna be here or whatever. And he got all upset and all pissy, and just a few days ago he told me that the dude's not allowed over here unless he's here. It's your friend, guy. It's your friend, dude. Somebody you've known longer than me. You could trust this guy. You've pawned all your ex-wives off on him and had him fill in your spot. You've pawned me on him before and had him fill in your spot. He's harmless. Nobody's going after him. Nobody wants him. And I don't want the guy. I'm just really, really friends with him. And he's just really friends with me too. He used to be the center of, he used to be the brunt of the narc's shit, but the narc would always put him in that place so he could run off with his main guy friend, the guy he that I call his boyfriend, the guy that he likes being around. And like today, it's a hot day. He's got heart failure. I know he's not working. It's too hot out to be working. He can't work this many hours out, period. He just can't. And I know he's not working. He won't come in till about 8, 9 o'clock tonight, if that. No telling what time he'll come home. And he's a plumber. He'll come home with a solid white t-shirt on, still brand new white, clean, no mud on his shoes, and act like he's been at work all day, knowing his work trailer with all of his work stuff is here, sitting here at the house, and your white t-shirt is still sparkling white. You ain't got a piece of dirt on it. Or you might look like you wipe your face with it and get a little bit of dirt on it so you can say you got dirty for that day. But it's very obvious when you don't go to work that you've been somewhere else for the day, that you spent your day doing something other than working. They don't think we can see that. They don't think that we can see, well, your clothes are too clean, dude. You're a plumber. Your clothes are too clean. You ain't done nothing. And I know some work is inside, and not all plumbing work you get dirty on, but for the most part, you're gonna get something somewhere on you or whatever. He's a sloppy guy, so if you're working, you're gonna have a mess on you, or there's gonna be some kind of evidence that you've been working. But you'll come in, you'll go spend your day with him, and until you just can't spend any more of your time with him till you feel like you have to come home. And then you'll come home and be mean to me because you had to leave him to come home to be with me. Knowing I didn't make you come home on your own will. But you sit here, and while you're here, you punish me with the silent treatment. You play this little bubble game on your phone nonstop. You'll turn the TV up real loud because I can't stand. I don't like watch TV. I don't watch TV, period. I can't stand to hear the TV on. And he'll come in and he'll turn the TV on and he'll turn it up so loud, and he won't even be watching it. He'll be playing this bubble game on his phone, and he does it just to ignore me, and he's making all these noises while he's playing this bubble game. I mean, just annoying as fuck, you know. And all he's doing is playing this bubble game on his phone. And we've got a dresser sitting in our room, and there's not a very much space between the dresser and his chair and the door. So naturally, every time I walk by it, he's got something sitting on the edge of that dresser. I knock it off. I always bump into the desk, and it knocks it off. And he will sit stuff right there on that corner just so I can knock it off, you know. And whenever, and he'll yell at me for it, you know. You have to, every fucking day you have to walk by there and knock stuff off. And I'm thinking, every day you have to sit there and play your game and make all those noises and sit stuff right on the edge, so I will knock it off. Why you have to sit your stuff right on the edge of that table? You know I'm gonna knock it off when I come there. There's not enough space not to knock it off, you know. You just have to see the area to know what I'm talking about. But you know, they want to keep you second doubting yourself. They want to keep you second guessing yourself. They don't want you to have any friends. They don't want you to have any kind of a life at all. They want your world to revolve around them and them only. And when your world doesn't revolve around them and them only, it throws them out of hinks. And see, my life ain't revolved around him in a long time. My life's been revolving around me for a while now. I've been straight gray rock for 4 years now. You know, my life revolves around me. I don't give time and attention to his stuff anymore. And the stuff that he bitches at me about, I'm just thinking, don't take it personally. It's something to do with him, you know. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. You know, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. You know, he just nitpicks me to death. Nitpicks me to death. He's trying to get me, I think, to fight back with him. I think he's trying to get a reaction out of me. He sits there and makes those annoying, loud noises, trying to get me to say, shut up already, stop. Be quiet playing that game. You know, you have to make all those noises. You know, I think he's trying to get me to say something so that way he can, I don't know, say, well, I can't be myself around here, I'm going to go or something. So he can, I don't know, threaten to go to try to hurt me or something. But I'm okay, dude, if you go. I'm okay with whatever you decide to do. I'm not holding on to you. I'm not holding you back from nothing. You come and go as you please, and I come and go as I please, except the only thing is you want to know everything I do. You know, I had 2 friends call me on the phone this morning, and after I was on the phone with each one, he's sitting over there. Who is it? Who is it? Want to know who I was talking to. He talks to people all the time on his phone, texts or doesn't answer his phone, and I'm not never allowed to say, well, who are you not answering your phone to, or who are you talking to? I know better than ask those questions because I won't get an answer. But he wants to ask me those questions. You know what I'm saying? Questions I'm not allowed to ask him. I'm not allowed to ask, what are you doing today, or what did you do today? His answer be just working. Just day was like all the rest. You know, that's as far as I'll get with it. You know, and then it's silent treatment all night. You know, and we might conversate a little bit in the morning when we wake up, but most of the time it's silent treatment in the morning and it's silent treatment at night. There's like no conversation at all, no intelligent conversation, nothing about hopes, goals, and dreams, nothing about future plans or anything in life. He's got it in his head. He's just here waiting for it. He's just passing time waiting to die. You know. And he says he's passing all that time doing all this work, working all these hours. But he's really not working all these hours. He's sitting and hanging out with his guy buddy, with his boyfriend. He's hanging out with him. They're somewhere doing something. They're somewhere going shopping. They're somewhere out of town playing at the casinos. They're somewhere doing something. But they ain't working. But you better believe they're together. Always. You know. And he'll wait close to my bedtime before he comes home. Sometimes he pops in early, but I guess that's just because he's wanting to be nosy and try to catch me doing something, but I don't do anything. Or to catch me seeing if I have a friend or something, you know. He doesn't want me to have anybody to talk to, you know. I've been on the app Clubhouse for a little while now, and I listen to a lot of stuff on there, and I listen to a lot of stuff here on YouTube too. And he doesn't like for me listening to positive motivational speakers or anything that's uplifting or anything that's going to teach me to do something better, to make a better choice. He doesn't like that I have those options to those apps, that I have availability to speak to people in high places that have knowledgeable stuff on things. Like, he doesn't like that I can get on a stage and I can ask questions, and I can get information that I once didn't have access to. You know, I can educate myself, and I can learn. And I have educated myself, and I have learned what he is and who he is. And I'm just putting up with it, you know, for the bottom fact that he's dying, and I said I'd stay by him till he die, you know. And I really do love the man and care about the man in spite of himself, you know, because he really does really good things. He can really be a really good guy when he wants to. He's got good in him when he wants to. He just don't never want to, or not with me anyway. He just wants to with that one special friend. That's the only person he wants to be around, make any memories with, or do anything fun with. He doesn't want to do anything fun with me and my daughter. He doesn't want to make any memories with us. He doesn't. We're not that important to him. We're on the last of the priority list. You know, he doesn't make things going on at her school an importance to be there at. He doesn't. It's not his kid. I get that, but we're not priorities in his life really. We're just something he does at the end of the day. We're what he has to come home to at the end of the day. That's about it. And that's just how it is with narcissists. I mean, um, don't think you're the only person they have. They do have other sources of supply. You are not their only source. You may be their main source, but you're not their only source. In this case, I'm not the main source anymore. The boyfriend is the main source. I'm secondary source, I guess you might as well say. We haven't been intimate in 4 years. No, we don't touch. We don't brush up against each other. We don't sleep in the same bed. Um, we don't. We never touch. He never touches me. He acts like if he's about to brush up against me, he acts like it grosses him out. I mean, he acts like if he's going to brush up against me, it grosses him out. Like he's about to freak out. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. That thing. He does not. I mean, it's crazy. But I don't even try to touch him, you know. When he gets ready to leave for the day, he doesn't say bye, I'll see you later. He just gathers his things and goes out the door and doesn't say nothing. So I used to always say, give him a hug and kiss him on the neck and say bye. I used to always do that. Well, I've quit doing that. Now I just gather my things and I walk out the door and leave. I don't say anything back. You know, and he made a comment. He mentioned something about it. He's like, that's how I leave. That's not how you leave. Well, that's how I leave now. I leave the same way you leave now. You know, I give you the time and attention that you give me. You know, don't come home from work and expect me to stop what I'm doing and rush and tend to your every need, because I'm not. I'm in the middle of doing my own thing, my own project, and I'm going to finish doing it, and I'll acknowledge you when I'm done with what I'm doing. I no longer make you, first top priority in my life. When you come through that door, it's like, okay, you're home, great, whatever. You know, I continue on with what I'm doing. I've found my own hobbies and things that I like to do. I found other things to occupy my time. You know, you taught me how to get through the days by myself, and pretty much the nights by myself, because a lot of times when you come home, I'm in bed or getting ready for bed. You know, you've forced me to learn how to be alone, and I thank you for that. I thank you for teaching me how to be alone, because now I rather cherish being alone. Like, I really prefer to be alone. I don't want to be around people because people are dangerous. People play with your mind and stuff, and I just prefer not to be around people. I prefer just to be alone. Then I ain't got to worry about having to protect myself or my space or whatever. The best way to beat the narcissist is to do you and show them no attention, no emotion, nothing. Just do you and put them last on your list of things to do. That's the biggest and best way to wound a narcissist, or to get any revenge on a narcissist. And if you think they're ever going to see you, they're not ever going to see you. They won't see you till you're gone, and then it's going to be too late. Because once you know so, you go, and once you go, you don't look back. You move out of town if you have to. You cut all ties with social media. You go in hiding for a while, and you go no contact, and you don't ever break it. You don't ever give them another chance because you know that it's just going to be the same cycle, repeat cycle over again. You get out and you stay out. And that's just that. Unless you're like me and you're in it to stay till the very end, then you find coping skills and ways to deal with staying. Ways to handle staying and make your life bearable too. I wish y'all the best of luck. Thank you.